Good, how are you?
I'm sure you just heard Kyle came in and said that Jimmy knows that Trey's the starter, Trey knows, and that the team knows. Just what are your thoughts on seeing where this roster is, veteran roster, ready to win now, turn it over to a second-year quarterback?
I'm excited about it. I think we all see the potential, and I think with the people that we have surrounded Trey with and his work ethic and what we saw through OTAs, we feel like he can reach that potential. So it's not really like it's nice that Kyle came out and finally said it publicly, but I felt like we all kind of felt that and saw that in OTAs and whatnot. So it's not too much of a shocker or a new thing, but definitely excited for Trey and excited for us.
Said that he was most excited about the off schedule capability that Trey will bring. What are you most excited about working in an offense with Trey's skill set?
Yeah, I agree with George on that big time. I think that's where Trey can really be dynamic, is when the play does break down, he has the athleticism to really make the defense pay for it. But I'm excited about his big play ability. Again, in practice, plays are scripted, so it's not always indicative of exactly what you're going to do in the game. It's predetermined what your reads are and that kind of thing. But just felt like Trey was hitting a lot of deep shots in OTAs, and I'm excited to see that carry over.
You feel the running game schematically might benefit from a fresh set of eyes in Anthony Lynn, and how might that happen?
No, I definitely think so. And the unique thing with Coach Lynn is that he's been in our system, he's played in our system, and like you said, at the same time, he's got some fresh eyes. So you get kind of both of that, and I think that could be really good.
How do you think the change of quarterback might affect you as far as the number of touches you get?
Hopefully it goes up. I have no idea. That's a great question. We'll see. I don't. If I had to guess, I don't think it's going to change too much. But I've been pretty open that I'm always welcome to more touches. So hopefully that does go up.
Last year, are you kind of campaigning for that to happen again this year?
City.
A little bit last year.
Yeah.
You campaigning for that this
I'm
year?
always campaigning, so that doesn't change.
Look at this roster up and down. What excites you the most? What jumps to you?
I think we have a really good combination of returning veterans who have shown that they can be dominant in this league, as well as some young emerging stars, guys that, rookies last year that started to make an impact down the line, and even rookies this year that I think can make a difference. So I think we just got a really good combination of those two, of the veteran and some youth.
In your mind, what did the veterans and the guys who have been through a couple of these playoff runs need to do to make Trey's life a little bit easier in his first year?
I think just continue to do what we've been doing. I really think that's what it is. Each guy taking upon themselves to just continue to play the way that they have and not try to do too much. I don't think we need to change anything or do anything over the top in order to help Trey. I think what's going to help Trey is us just being the players that we are and continuing to do that.
George joked that when he runs into fans and with us, he gets asked about Jimmy or Trey, or a lot Jimmy or Trey. Is there a certain level of relief for you, for the locker room, to just know it's Trey and not have to talk about it anymore?
Yeah, a little bit, and I definitely get asked the same question all the time. But again, like I said, I feel like we kind of already knew that, for at least for a couple months now. So it's not a huge revelation today. But having Kyle come out and concretely say it, I won't have as many people argue with me when I tell him.
Take you back to March of 2017. You were one of those guys, I think 9 of you, up there on that stage, just signed with a GM and a head coach who signed 6-year contracts. This is the 6th year of this group. How, from year to year, where are you now with this organization and what you see from the organization compared to back then?
That make me emotional, man. That was a long time ago. It is crazy to think about us being up here 6 years ago. I think the only ones left in that group outside of John and Kyle are me and Robbie. But I remember in that time, I kind of felt like a freshman at college, and I felt like we were starting a new program. And that's really kind of what it was. I mean, we had basically cleared house. It was all new players, all new coaches, all that kind of stuff. And honestly, I have a huge sense of pride of where I'm at now from that moment, because I feel like we've succeeded in the goals that we had set out, and the culture that we've built, the winning mentality. I mean, the wins that we have had, going to the Super Bowl, going to the NFC Championship. I'm just extremely proud of what we've built, and how now when new people come into the program, and each season as it rolls over, there's an expectation, and that expectation is to win, which I think is awesome. And then I think we've really, like I said, accomplished the things that we set out to do. And now we just got one more goal, and that's to go get a Super Bowl.
Well, there weren't any pads, obviously, in OTAs and minicamp, but you've got new personnel that are going to be lining up in front of you, center and guards. What have you kind of gleaned from them in their new position so far, the guys that you have options that have?
Yeah, like you said, we're not, no pads on, not hitting. We had so many limited plays of actual full team that it's hard to say on the field what that feels like. All I can tell you is what in the huddle. And I can tell you that I felt confidence when I got in the huddle and I saw those not new faces, but they're in new spots. Seeing those guys and just seeing the look in their eye and the mentality and just kind of the energy in the huddle, it felt good, and it felt promising. And so that's really the most I can take from it, and it was all positive.
Is there a moment either last year or during this off-season program when you really became comfortable with the idea of this being Trey's team because of something he did in a game or a practice field, or something he said maybe behind the scenes?
Yeah. Honestly, I remember a moment. It was during last season. What game was it was it Atlanta or Houston that he started against Houston? He scored his first touchdown, and I remember we were all celebrating, or he had either thrown it or ran it in. I think he had thrown it. And we're all celebrating in the end zone. And I remember Trey kind of talking to himself, like kind of talking to us, and he said something about, like, I just needed to get that first one off my back. Now I'm good. I'm ready to roll. And you could feel it too, because, I mean, you can feel the nerves when someone's going out there for, one of their first starts in the NFL and that kind of stuff, and being a quarterback. I understand there's a lot on your plate. But it was in that moment that you could feel the weight come off of his shoulders, and that gave me an extreme amount of confidence that he was ready then, and that's just going to carry into this season. And once it was his time to be the number one, that he was going to be ready for it. So I guess I'd point to that moment.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.